Hello. Why is it that we as a society see things in which we're unhappy about? Why is it that the society we live in today is entirely dictated by choice? Every decision you make in your life, hopefully, should lead to an end goal. One of the greatest sabotages you can do in your life and in your youth is not try to see what you like. If you can't find out what you like and what you have a passion for and what you're good at, how are you supposed to base your decision on what you want to do for the rest of your life? Let's say you're spectacular at welding. You have a passion for it. Your father taught you how to do it. Someone taught you how to do it, and you love it. You should probably become a welder. What about you compare that to person B who hasn't ever tried to figure out what they like? They're like, I don't like that, I hate that, I don't like that, that's bad, that's awful. I know for a fact everyone has something they like. But here's what I'll tell you, just because you like it doesn't mean you should do it. Let's say you, for example, love baking. You shouldn't open your own business because you like the act of making the goods. You're not going to be liking to have to do taxes, buy stuff, find orders, all that management. No, you shouldn't do that. Maybe you should go work at a bakery that's already established, so all you have to do is show up and make the actual product. You don't have to actually figure out all the steps to getting to that. And so, what is the purpose of all this? Why are we here? Well, human beings, as we know it, have a desire for growth and success and achievement. But in our society of today, the modern world, it seems that we don't care as much for achievement, success, or any of these good sort of qualities. Like, think about it. If you give everyone, I hate participation trophies. I'm sorry to anyone that believes in them, but I don't understand how you could give someone something for simply showing up. I like to think of an analogy. It's like saying a veteran who went through boot camp, served in the army, served and just did normal stuff, is the same as someone who went into heavy combat and had to see their friends die and suffered injuries and mental damage, physical damage, is the same as that same guy who just showed up, went through boot camp, went into the army. All he didn't do much actual combat. I don't think that's the same. Participation trophies are really quite awful because they encourage people to just show up and not work. If you have a group project, you have say you have like 4 or 5 people. Let's say there's like 2 people who are actually working on it. And the other 3 or 2 are simply just sitting there watching you. That's what participation trophy is. Giving those guys stuff. I've seen many people at school who don't seem to be motivated to really do anything. I mean, but I am intrinsically a perfectionist, really, you could say. But maybe that's why. But so here's what I like. I don't like receiving awards or getting fancy medals. I actually took a, what's it called? Let me think. Oh, a psychology test. And a lot of people laugh at them and say, oh, it's a psychology test. It's not accurate. No, it's pretty accurate, I'll be honest with you. It's pretty good. I did one. I'll give you a link in the description to the one I did. It's called like 16 or 11 personalities, something like that. But I'll put it in the description for you. And like, I forget what exactly came out, but it was very much matching my personality. It's very accurate. I think all of us should take that as a tool. If it says our personality doesn't like people, or you love people, you probably shouldn't work in customer service or call centers or wherever you work for people if you don't like people. But if you do, maybe you should. Maybe that's what you do. Maybe you'll be a secretary or some other person who helps and welcomes people. Maybe you are the type of person who likes achieving things, complicated things. I don't know. It's up to you. But like, here's what I always tell people, is that once you do the hard things, everything else becomes easy. Like, think about it. If you just do easy things, hard things are hard. Of course. That's how it works. Here's how I like to equate it. If you spend an hour or 2 hours, like, actually studying, and no, I don't consider studying just to be reading over your notes, like actually trying to recall information using index cards. That's what I do. And like for math, I just do problems and check them, because you can check really anything in math. But I want you to do that. And then when the next day you take your test, it's gonna feel easy because you studied for it. I don't understand why people don't study. You're just putting more stress and strain on yourself by not studying or not trying. Some people, like, I don't know how to describe it to you, but this modern realm, really, there's so many job opportunities today and so many things you can do with your life that you can never truly say, I don't have anything to do. And if you don't, and if you really truly believe that you don't, why don't you go and try to make your dream a reality? You can do that. Anyone can do that. People believe it's impossible to do things. But it's not impossible to get up and try to do something. Like a lot of people, here's what I tell you. You shouldn't try before doing something to do it perfectly. Instead, you should, like, here's how I think of it. Let's say you found a new hobby you might like. Instead of going out and spending, like, I don't know, what would be a hobby that's kind of expensive? Let's just say you really like pool. And you're like, okay, I should go out, buy I don't know how expensive pool tables are, but probably at least a few thousand, depending on what you get. But let's say you like pool, you want to become good at it. Instead of spending the couple $1,000s, see if maybe you can go somewhere to play pool. Maybe it'll cost you like $100. That's still a tenth of the actual cost it would be to get it installed. I want you to experience it so you know if you like it or not, for real. Like, you can't say you enjoy something without experiencing it. That's how you enjoy something, exactly. If any of you have questions, as always, I guess you can leave them in the comments. I'll make a video about it for you, just cause. But that's just a little rant I made. I'm sorry if it was kind of long and I seemed all over the place, but I'm literally thinking of this as I'm recording it for you guys. I don't have a script, nothing. I don't believe in that. Personally, I believe it's a waste of time to make a script. Not unless you're shooting for something that you need to be exact in an exacting science. Like, let's say I was doing, I don't know, what needs to be scripted? History videos. Yeah, let's say I was doing that. I would need to have a paper with all this stuff right there on my phone, but I don't. Instead, I just speak my mind, and I speak what I believe to be true. But where are we going as a society? Where? I don't know. It scares me. There is so many things that I see around me that genuinely terrify me. I'm like, oh, whoa. Is that how we're going to be in 50 years? What's going to happen? But that's what I have for you tonight. I'll be done. Maybe I'll see you in, who knows, maybe a couple weeks, a couple days, whenever I decide to get around to posting a new video for you. Goodbye.